guys, welcome back to our channel, and this is Pari. Today I am giving you another video where one of my friend who has recently bought his dream house, he's going to share his experience and the challenges with us. Stay tuned until the end of the videos, and I'm sure it will help you if you're buying your new house or if you're buying your dream house. So if you're first time buyer, stay tuned until the end of this video. Hello, Tanmay. Congratulations for your house. We did the big celebration last weekend. So, yes, congratulations once again. And welcome to our channel here for the Pain Point series. And thank you for the willingness to share your experience and your challenges while buying your dream house. So, thank you for coming here and sharing this virtual platform with us. Okay, so let's start with some questions because I want to know that how did you decide your area, first of all?
Thanks for inviting. First of all, thanks for inviting me, over here and giving me opportunity to share this my house buying journey, on this platform. The first thing is that the house buying in UK is typically the biggest investment people make. So the first thing always comes in mind is convenience and comfortness. When we kind of start looking out for area, the first thing that we kind of had few things that we had in our mind before we started looking for our dream home. The first one was the transport link. So we wanted the house, so we kind of have the nearby, buses and the train stations. So we wanted the transport link kind of close to our house, which is like walking distance, 5 to 10 minutes. Second thing is the school catchment area, because our daughter is going to start her primary school next year. So we wanted the school with the good or outstanding Ofsted rating, for her future education. So that was our second thing we had in our mind. The third thing was the a superstore. So we wanted a superstore or grocery store just nearby our house, because just by can of milk you can't just go just take your car out and drive you a couple of miles or maybe 1 or 2 miles and get the grocery, the one you want. So that's another thing that we had in our mind. Next thing is always comes security, which is the crime rate. When you kind of started searching houses, so we're looking for the crime rate in area or the antisocial behavior in that particular area. So that was another point we had in our mind. The last thing, even in the in future, if you want to sell our house, so you wanted to keep in mind that what would be the resale value for the house or houses in that area. And or if you want to buy another house and we want to put this house on a rent, so what would be the rental income for that house? So yeah, those are the a few things we had in our mind when we started or decide the area.
Okay, that's really good points, Tanmay, because people usually don't think of these all points like the crime rate and also for the rental and the investment opportunity for the future. So it's definitely a good point for everyone to decide their area for their first home, for first dream home, I would say. So yes, it's a good point. So as we recently did our celebration, as you know, we have our big celebration last weekend, and I see that this property is kind of a nearly new built property. Yeah. So I want to know what was your preference? I mean, why did you choose new build?
The first thing, the reason that we're looking for the new build, because the most of the time that we lived in our previous property, they were old properties, and there was more the mold or damp issues we had there, because we, as I said, for having 2 or 3 years old daughter, because most of the time the kids they normally like play on the floor, on the carpet and all that. And we had always had an issue with in the winter time, there was like a dampness and mold, most of like around the house. So uh, that was something like we didn't want like to go like for the old house. Another thing that we had in our mind was like the reason that we wanted to go for the new build, because the energy efficiency. Most of the new build houses in the UK, they do have like energy efficiency rating A or B, which is quite good. The old houses normally kind of like the having energy efficiency rating around like D or like E and all that. So it wasn't like cost effective at the end of the day. So that was another reason. Uh, Another thing with the buying new build house is the NHBC warranty, and we do normally like usually get 10 years NHBC warranty, which kind of covers any kind of structural damage, roof damage, or ceiling, any external cladding, any like floor damage or any stairs damage. So that was kind of like giving extra peace of mind. So that's another reason that we wanted to go for the new build house. Another thing with the new build house, in the development, we do have like likewise people around. And when we search for the area in the like the current development, we check all the like people, like the kind of people living here and all that page. So we found that most of professional people lives here. So that's sometimes you kind of get, when you like kind of try to get along with like likewise minded people. So that was the reason that we went for the new build house. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point, because usually if we go for the old houses, and if we go in that area where the people are like kind of retired, and they are not professionals anymore. I mean, I won't say professional, but yes, I mean, as we want the people who are doing 9 to 5 job and have that professional lifestyle around us, so we can get that support, and we can have that community kind of a feeling
True. Yeah.
with that likewise people-minded area around. So definitely, it's really good point. Thank you so much. So I know that you must have shortlisted some kind of your criterias and the preference. So how did you choose your property? Like what you are sitting currently in that property, right? We are talking from them. So how what were your criteria to decide your home or house?
As I said, the first criteria it was like new build or newly built properties. So we didn't even search for any old properties. So we like me and my wife kind of sat down, and we decided what kind of like requirement that we kind of expecting from the new house, like or what kind of like house that we want. So we kind of decided to have detached or semi-detached house. The second thing that we kind of like shortlisted as points, like we wanted minimum 3 bedroom house. That was our second point. The third point was as I said, like we living in the previous property where we kind of struggling for parking space. It's more like council parking, where we like had to take the parking permit, so which is kind of extra cost. And sometimes we had to move the car after every 2 hours. And sometimes we kind of struggle to find out the actual parking space near your property. So it was kind of, and there's another thing with the security, because if we parking car just on the road, or like on off road, so it was a bit difficult with the security and all that bit. So that's what another thing that we're looking for, which is a parking space. Another thing, as I said, the superstore nearby that we wanted. And like as I said, like in a previous property, we just had a communal like a play area. So in this like COVID situation, it was difficult to use a communal area. We couldn't meet people, or even guests used to come like come to us, and it was difficult for us going outside and staying just on one of the like communal garden. And even for the kids, they couldn't go outdoor and play there. So we wanted the development where we can get the like kids play area, And another thing that when we were like searching for this area, we came to know there is a neighborhood watch area where neighbor comes together and keep an watch and uh, kind of like helps to reduce the crime rate, because neighborhood watch area is normally supported by like a local police. So that was another thing that we had in mind, just to feeling, getting like little bit extra security or that feeling. So that was another. So these are the kind of like thing that we shortlisted before searching for the new houses.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Neighborhood Watch, it's a really good program. I know that we also have for our house here, for our society. So it's a definitely good point to consider,
Yeah.
having your checklist ready for your property and your area. So definitely it's a good point. So would you mind to share your, like, how did you buy this house? Like, the buying process step by step, so that viewers or who are buying their dream house, they can get help from this discussion.
The first thing in the buying process, it comes like your budget, like how much you can afford. To know that, you need a good mortgage broker, so who can like give you like the agreement in principle, which is just like amount that you can afford to buy your dream home. So to get the agreement principle, so we kind of like got in contact with one of the good mortgage brokers, and he kind of like like ask for lots of different the evidences, like such as like your bank statements, your like salary slips and all that, and they kind of calculate, depend on like how many credit cards do you have, like how many bank accounts, current bank accounts you have, and like do you have any kind of personal loan, how many dependents you have, how many people's working in your house, kind of stuff, like and then they calculate how much you can afford to buy your like buy your dream home, like. So once we done that, we got our agreement in principle. Then once we got agreement in principle, then we kind of got bit scenario, like how much that we can afford. So we kind of like shortlisted uh, some like few houses around the area that we're living. So after like shortlisted, that's another thing, like we kind of like shortlisted, just going on like different property websites such as Zoopla and Rightmove. Then we just filter all our criterias. Once we found few properties, then we just rank the estate agent, the respective estate agents. Then once like we done that, we kind of booked viewings, and we just went to like different viewings and all that. And then after a couple of viewings, we found our dream home, which is I'm sitting right now. So we got excited on that day, like viewings and all that, but that's not just the like end of the journey. It's kind of like more like a start of your journey. So the next thing comes in like the picture is like you have to put an offer, and we were quite being a first time buyer, we were quite new. So we didn't know like how to put an offer and all that. So another thing that Google kind of helped us, so we kind of like searching the properties which were sold in the area that the house uh, was. So we kind of got a little bit, a bit more idea about, what's the like, the prices of the houses would be in that area in the current situation. So once we done that, we kind of like, usually people put an offer below 5 to 10% of the actual guide, guide price. So we kind of put around like 5% less than the guide price, and where from there, like negotiation started. So there were lots of calls, like between like us and the estate agents. So once that like seller and like we kind of agreed on one of the like the middle point, where we both were happy. Then once that's done, we got a call from estate agent. They said, your offers got accepted, and she kind of like, the lady was on the call. Sorry, and she asked me for some few evidences, which is like your agreement in principle, then some like documents such as your deposit, so bank statement, your salary slips, and all that way. Once she was happy with that, she kind of like took down the property from the market, and the property wasn't no longer available in the market after that date, and they kind of put the what you call is the big she kind of put the
because it's a sold, and that's why they
yeah
remove
yeah
advertisement.
she kind of changed the status of the property, like subject to contract, and that's kind of like, yeah, big sigh for us, so once that's done, then we kind of got the call from estate agent, and they kind of recommended us a good solicitor. So we just went through that solicitor ask again, solicitor again asked few solicitor again asked for a few more documents. So once that's done, they kind of like started searches, which is normally goes to council, the different searches, like, is there any mine nearby? Is there any has property or area been flooded before? Kind of stuff, like, any drainage issue or any property issues like that, any windmill nearby or anything like any solar farm. So once they were happy with that, they said, it kind of normally take like 10 to 12 weeks. So we kind of had in mind, if the whole process will take around 2 to 3 months. So side by side, we got in contact with our mortgage broker. Then we applied for the mortgage. At the same time, simultaneously, as we kind of gathering more information from the Google, and we came to know that you have to do the home buyer. It's not you have to, but just for peace of mind, it's always good to do the get your home buyer report done. So we got in contact with one of the home surveyor, and then we done the home buyer report, which kind of came clean. It just kind of give a little bit peace of mind to us. So once that's done, then there were loads of emails, where going back and forth in between me and solicitor, or me and estate agents. They kind of chasing up, what's the progress of the actual the process. The another thing, so once that's done, then we received our mortgage offer in between this time, and we got a call from our solicitor saying that so most of the searches they got from the council, and from different people, and they were happy with all these searches. So are you happy to go ahead? And we were quite excited, and we wanted to go ahead. So once that's done, we got a call from estate agents and saying that congratulations, and here is your keys, and just come and get it from here. So I just went there, quite excited, and got the keys from our keys from estate agents, and that's our journey of buying process for our dream home.
Yeah, big day. Big day.
And it was a big day.
Yeah, so this leads me to the question that how long was the procedure from once you put the offer in until you got the key? So how long that procedure?
I think it usually took around 10 weeks, I believe, 10 to 12 weeks. It depends on how long does it normally take for searches and all that. But we got our searches in within 9 weeks something, and within 1 or 2 weeks time,
Okay.
after that we got mortgage approval. So it's around 10 to 12 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So we can approximately say 3 months.
Yeah, it's 3 months. It normally takes 3 months time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. And as you have got this property in this pandemic situation, so definitely there must be some challenges. So what were your challenges that you faced?
Yeah, as you just said, that the pandemic was the biggest challenge for us, because the time that we started looking for the houses, or even it that came into mind that we start looking, we should start looking for the houses now. There was a national lockdown, so there was like more free time, so we kind of going on like Rightmove and like Zoopla and different property websites. But because of this national lockdown, it was difficult for us, because I think most of the time that estate agent, the offices were closed, and once they restarted, uh, like we kind of started booking viewings and all that. So we kind of got a couple of viewings, but most of the time the viewings were rescheduled, because they're saying like seller was COVID, had COVID, or maybe like some issues. So, or sometimes appointment got cancelled. So those are the issues that we had. As I said, last year when we started uh, looking for houses, there was kind of economical crisis. Like as I said, most of the people were on furlough, or people were losing their jobs. It was difficult to get the loan, because loan from the bank, because the bank were not like uh, willing to lend more amount at that time, because it's just more like business mind, and they didn't want to lend more loan. So LTV was like 60 to 40%, because bank were like giving around 70 or 60% loan, and we had to pay around 30% or 20% deposit. So it was kind of difficult time. So it's kind of like paying extra down payment. Another things like with this, because interest rate were high. So yeah, and last thing, that biggest challenge that we had, we got mortgage approved quite late, which kind of delayed whole process. So because with this, as I said, in the pandemic situation, we were quite bit unsure, what's going to happen with the mortgage and all that. So yeah, and another thing, as I say, like the virtual viewing was the only option at the start of the at the middle of the pandemic. And like estate agents were preferring like video calling, to rather than going in person, or rather than having in-person viewing, it's
Yeah.
more like the virtual viewing. So it was kind of stressful time for us, like doing viewings and all that bit at that time.
Yeah, so finally, all of these challenges, after everything, we finally got
Everything.
our house. So yes,
Yeah,
it's a big day. It's a big achievement. So definitely a big moment for you guys.
it was. Yeah, definitely.
I know that you have a daughter, so definitely that could affect her nursery hours as well, and to arrange your work time because of these cancellations and reschedule of the meetings. So yeah, I mean, you guys did a very good job. Congratulations to
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
and Shraddha. Definitely, it's a big achievement for you guys. So
Thank you.
congratulations once again. And
Yeah.
thank you for sharing this knowledge with us. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. It's a really valuable content. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for like the other say, I would like hope whatever I said in this video would definitely help the first time buyers. And thanks once again for giving me this opportunity to express my experience on this channel. So thanks once again to you too as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, if you want to share your experience and your challenges as well, let me know and we can collaborate and we can make a valuable content video for first time buyers who are looking to buy their dream home, and that will really help them. If you like the content we are sharing and if you want to watch more, please like this video and hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon button so you will get notified with the new videos.